Let's start with a question. A question from It's Complicated channel, which is one of the few YouTube creators that I think who's really out here putting the spotlight on the hypocrisy that men face daily. And so they commented on my last video with a rhetorical question, which was, why is masculinity even an issue when men are hated for both being too masculine or not masculine enough? I mean, just think about that for a second. That's the whole game, right? You're hated if you're too masculine. You're hated if you're not masculine enough. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So the real question is, what do they actually want from you? What is it? Well, I'll tell you, it's nothing. Nothing. They just want you confused. Confused and disoriented. The point is they want you to be unsure of yourself because confused men are controllable. Controllable. It's all about control. From the time we're boys, we're thrown into this psychological double bind. Growing up, you're told to be strong, but not too strong. You know, speak up, but don't be intimidating. Express your feelings, but not the ones that make people uncomfortable, right? This is where the shadow comes into play that Carl Jung talks about. Suppressing those parts of you that people find distasteful so that you can seek approval and be accepted into society. Here's another one. Be a provider, but don't tie your worth to money. Be a leader, but let her lead. Be masculine, but of course, don't be toxic. Better not do that. Better not be toxic. Be sensitive, but don't be too soft. Don't be soft. So it gives women the ick. It's an impossible game that they've created. And that is the entire point. That's the whole point of it. They don't want men to win. They want men to question themselves constantly. Because as long as you're unsure, you'll obey. And there's no confidence there if you're unsure. Can't get your bearings. No foundation in who you are and what you're capable of and your potential. So, and here's what makes it worse. So men, like I said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Men are punished either way. It doesn't matter. So you get labeled toxic if you assert yourself. And on the flip side, you're pathetic if you don't. So Admiral Akbar was correct. It's a trap. This isn't confusion. It's a trap. So I actually wrote something that goes deeper into this. Stuff I couldn't, say in a video without getting, throttled or misunderstood. And it's not long, but it's sharp. And it's for men like you watching who see through the nonsense. And I'll put the link up on the screen, wherever it is. I believe it'll be on your right. And so you can check it out when you're ready. But here's the thing: is masculinity isn't the problem. The fear of masculine men is the problem. And you know what really scares people? What scares people, especially Machiavellian people, because they love a good reaction. They love a good emotional outburst from someone that they're manipulating, someone that they want to control. What scares them is a man who's calm, clear, controlled, concise, calculated. A man who does not beg for approval. A man who doesn't flinch 1 inch when someone calls him names. They hate that. They hate it. Because here's the thing, it's power that they can't manipulate. Society doesn't hate men because we're doing something wrong. It hates men because we still have something they can't fake, which is presence, testosterone, logic, strength. And also a deep knowing that we were made to build and to protect and to challenge the world. We were made to challenge the world. That's why we're so strong. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Men need to be that. That kind of man doesn't need constant validation. And if you don't need them, you threaten them. If you don't need them, you threaten them. So let's break this down. So the reason that men are shamed for being too masculine or not masculine enough is because the goalposts are always moving. Always. Because like I said before, you're not supposed to win this game. It's a carnival game. You're not supposed to win this. You're supposed to win the prize. You're not supposed to walk away from the giant teddy bear or walk away with the giant teddy bear. You're not supposed to win this game. You're supposed to keep playing it. Keep feeding those quarters, man. That keeps you buying products, consumerism. That keeps you in therapy. Therapists are dead, by the way. You can get on ChatGPT and it can do some pretty comprehensive analysis. And you're done. Therapists are done. Lawyers are done. Therapists are done. So many of these corrupt systems are done. That they just that's the thing. Lawyers, they want to. They're not there really to fix the issue. They don't care about your children in the midst of the divorce. That family law used to not be profitable. But now it is because they play on people's emotions. They convince women, oh, you deserve way more. You deserve to take him to the cleaners and use the kids as leverage. Such evil in this world. Such evil. And then the therapist, of course, the way that that field is ran. I mean, they're all indoctrinated in college with all the collectivist BS. They want you to continue to apologize and be quiet. That's what they want. They want to muzzle men. Like I'm saying, the system profits off male insecurity, and they want to probe you and create as much of that insecurity as they can. That's what they want to do. From performance pills to dating apps to antidepressants to coaching programs that teach you how to, be better. But better according to who? Who defines the version of masculinity that's acceptable? Who is that person? Where are they? The answer is people who want to domesticate you, to break your will, to neuter your instinct, to shape you into something safe and soft and easy to manage. Can't spell manage without man. Brr. So when a man starts asking real questions, that's when they're like, oh man, red flag. They call it a red flag when a man starts asking real questions. And when a man starts setting boundaries, they say he's controlling. Heard that one before? I have. When a man doesn't want to be vulnerable with women who weaponize it later, they say he has a fragile ego. Don't ever share your vulnerability with women because, yes, they will weaponize it. They will be sympathetic in the beginning. They'll pretend to be empathetic, but really they're being sympathetic, but really they're also gathering information they can use later. So they'll save that up. They'll use it later. But yeah, I mean, when a man shows strength, they say he's dangerous. Dangerous. I feel unsafe around him. Unsafe. Dangerous. Well, there's all these feminists out here feeling unsafe. And so yeah, when a man refuses to bend, they'll say he's bitter, he's broken, or not in touch with his feelings. I've heard that from women in the comment section. Happens quite frequently. What is this? It's cultural gaslighting. It's what it is. You're told to be a good man, but read between the lines. What they mean is be a useful man. Be a useful idiot to a system that despises you, utterly despises you, sees you as disposable. The draft, anyone? We are disposable. Oh, you didn't register for the draft? Oh, well, that's a felony. Later, take you to a cage for God knows how long. But yeah, so here's what it means to be a man really today in the modern age. And I also recommend getting the book Hard Times Create Strong Men by Stephen Arnio. Great man. He passed away back in, I believe it was in May of 2020. I actually was fortunate enough to send him a message on Instagram, which I still have recorded. Just tell him how much I admired his work and whatnot. And he was battling cancer and succumbed to it. I believe in May, but it was in April whenever I reached out to him, and he sent me an audio. He was a great guy. He was talking about this stuff long before this red pill stuff became popular and whatnot. And I don't claim to be a part of the red pill community. I mean, it's a great hashtag to use for just for, being able to categorize things. They do have a lot of good points. I mean, it's a double-edged sword either way. Yeah, I mean, you've got all kinds of, just like religion, you've got all kinds of denominations of red pill. And yeah, I mean, of course it originated from The Matrix, which is a great movie. And so, yeah, I mean, this is a matrix that we're living in. Plain and simple. So, but yeah, I mean, anyways, I digress. So I'm getting off topic here. So, I mean, like I said, here's what being a man means really today. It means standing firm while they try to shame you. And it means being assertive when they call you aggressive. These words mean nothing. plow through them. It means thinking for yourself when the herd mocks you for it. And that will happen. Happens to me all the time. All these normies and NPCs out here, they're going to mock you. But you're better than they are. So don't worry about it. I mean, it means facing isolation for the sake of integrity. Because here's the hard truth. If you try to be the man society wants, then you'll lose your soul. If you become the man you're meant to be, you'll lose their approval. But only one of those paths leads to actual peace. And it's the latter. So if you're hated either way, then be hated for being something real and authentic and genuine. Be hated for being masculine without apology. Do not apologize. Be hated for being logical in a world that runs on feelings. Be hated for refusing to play their rigged game. The comment from It's Complicated channel nailed it. Nailed it. This isn't about masculinity being, too much or not enough. This is about a society that punishes any man who dares to be grounded and sovereign and unashamed. So, dude, do not chase their moving goalposts. Don't do it. Burn the field, man. Burn the field. Let them hate you for being a man who doesn't fold. That is real masculinity. And absolutely no system can destroy that unless you let it.